Good morning, London. It is 15th of September already. Oh, we're halfway of the month. And it is 5 minutes to 2 a.m. Eastern. It's on a little bit earlier because we didn't get the TGIF move in Asia. We didn't get a TGIF move in Friday PM session. So I'm curious to see now what are we going to have at 2 a.m. So that's why I got a little bit earlier. I still need more coffee, I guess. So yeah, cheers to good morning. I'm gonna check that. So, because I need to double check that on once. I never know for sure. See now, what do we? Always checking. Mm-mm. Now let's look. Now let's have a look. It's so interesting. I didn't stay up for Asia. I was too tired. So I missed it. I thought I would miss. I would have thought that would be a nice move to the downside. Because normally, if you go back into your journals, you'll see that too, right? Um, Especially when there's no TGIF, we get a move in Asia, and or I guess it could also be during London, but we'll see. Let's see. I just want to go over my levels because I can remember that ICT said something about consolidation could also be like a balanced price range sometimes. So does price need to go below this at this moment, right? And you see where the top of the mm, okay, 2460, 63. Interesting. So there's a point that where I'm very interested in, and that is point of interest. 2463. I'm gonna mark that line there. 24. Oh, that's exactly it. Yeah. I'll put a smiley there. Yeah, you need to turn a little bit, my friend. Are you giving me a hard time turning? I need to go that way. It's saying, yeah, there you go. Yes, I like that. Okay, now I'm going to bring this a little bit to a higher time frame because I need to do a little bit more higher time frame analysis. You see, we have this little gap here, right? It's interesting, the 4-hour gap. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight that as well. So if I go to the lower time frame, I can keep that on. I make my gaps always yellow, volume imbalance, the V from yellow, not. I just joking. I don't know. I had a logic behind it to use colors. I don't remember why I use. It's 4 hour. For some reason, I always have to mark them because I do tend to forget them. Okay, so now we're going. So that's the 4 hour. I will bring my down here. Oh, 1 hour. And there's one as well. So that's nice. So it's a 1 hour and 4 hour gap, which is in the TGIF zone, which we haven't met yet. But 40 isn't to do more exercise anymore. So on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, we have that gap, right, which I highlighted in yellow. And that's also in the TGIF zone, which we didn't reach. So my point is, why did I come on it before 2 a.m.? There's always a large move on 2 a.m., but we're also not done going to the upside, I believe, because we have these equal highs. So, and we've got equals here as well. So it seems like we've been held in a range to continue the move. But there hasn't been any proper, we had sort of like a move to the downside at the end of Friday. But that was just a move to catch everybody off guard, to get everybody out of their long positions and just consolidate it. So I had a higher target. I got stopped out in profit eventually, so that was a little bit a bummer, to be honest. But it's okay. I mean, it's always good to have a stop out in profit, right? And it was highly manipulated again, obviously, because it just, we're in uncharted territories, and we've got Fed meetings this weekend. I think it's going to be very exciting. We have to be very cautious. We've got contract rollover on the monthly, so we have to watch the volume of the moment. Technically, they say the switch is Friday, right? Third Friday of September. But the moment the volume is higher on the other contract, we switch. I switch. So I'm just waiting for that to start watching it. Most likely, it's not on Monday. It can be already on somewhere in the week. So even though I would trade the micros, I just look at the NQ, the switch also from NQ to the other. NQ has been so the September contract is still out, still has more volume than the December contract. December contract is about 66,000, and September is still on 425,000. So let's see. Total volume. Yeah, we'll see. And open interest. Yeah. 273,000, let's say 274,000. And December, so the next one is, let's say, 42.5. So we're not going to change any time today. I'm not. So not interested in changing yet, but we will. Judy. Okay, now let's see. It's a little bit difficult to frame a trade, right, at the moment. So I'm going to go to the 15. Just has to be on Let's see if there's any time-based things I can do. Oh, I still need to wake up a little bit. We have a nice day here in South Africa. We had a lot. This weekend there was a lot of rain. It was just rainy and a little bit cold for the day. So I really wasn't. I was just working on a video today or yesterday. That wasn't too bad. But today is nice and sunny and definitely going to touch some grass in between. Just go to the beach. A nice walk. But the thing now is because it's getting summer, the beach can be too hot if you go 2 days. So that's the downside of having a nice living in a nice area with nice weather. The winter is just so. I'm very interested in 2 o'clock. Why? Before we get the move, I just want to touch on to that because that's the point where I want to. I've seen this so many times. There's a large move at 2 a.m. And it might be the manipulation move though, but it is significant. And I'm still working on it because it's a little bit a harder move to get because it's not, most of the time it's not a low resistance run. It's sort of like a high resistance run, but it's quite significant. And because I've got my point of interest here, TGIF hasn't been met. We've got this gap here. It's a 930 price, 830 price. And I think there will be other confluences as well. So I'm just getting into the, just want to get into the data. So I'm going to be prepared for larger moves today. So Monday, I call it Ping Pong Monday. People who have been with me for the last 4 weeks, I think the channel is just now, it's exactly a month old. I use the NWOGs and event horizons a lot on Monday and Tuesdays because price tends to ping pong between them. So I want to go over. I have to put them on my chart, and they are on my chart already. Now, where did we create a gap? How big is the gap? Oh, there we go. We're already dropping. Just watching it for now, guys. Just watching. Let's see where are. You have to be dark green. Should I make it light green? Okay, here we go. Okay, now we have a very, very tiny gap. Here is it. 24,115. So that means we opened the close on Friday and the open at 6 p.m. Eastern is they're very close to each other, right? It's a very tiny gap. Is it significant still? Yeah, still significant because it creates a event horizon. An event horizon is the midpoint, right, between two NWOGs, which is also considered a high a liquidity level of high importance, which price can be drawn to. And let's see where the first other gap is, because I think we have to go a little bit further down. Let me go to the 1 hour here. Well, so far we haven't had much of a move, right? Okay, I want to measure. The event horizon will show itself the moment price goes through it. Then you'll see a purple line pop up. But I'm just going to measure it anyway, all right? Because I want to just have an idea. If we do get a rangy day, it ranges between those levels a lot of the time. So let's see where the 50% is. Oh, it's near that line I already hit here. See that? Oh, that's interesting. So, okay. Now I have a blue line here. What is that line? Ah, this blue line. You know what that blue line is? That is the 30% of the NWOG from the TGIF level. Because this is 20, the start is here, and then this is 30. So the 50%, what the F is that? I need to get that off. Why is my telephone linked to? I never linked my telephone, or I never knew that I did it. I did it obviously, but phone link. Quit. There we go. So that's interesting. This line is 30% and is exactly 50% of the midpoint between those two NWOGs. That's one confluence. being at the 30% makes it for me the second confluence. So that it becomes a point of interest to me because things are lining up. And so yes, and we're moving upwards. Are we going to take out the liquidity, or are we just going to make another equal high? So just now, just watching and getting intel for the day and be prepared for larger moves. Oh, we do have news, by the way, today. What was Empire? It was I love 813 News, Empire State Manufacturing Index. So there is an orange folder, and it can be significant because if we need a push, it can use that push to get to certain levels, right? Manipulate to the down or upside. Now, I have shared something very valuable last time in London, and let's see if there is anything of that kind again. That was my devil's mark, right? The flat bottom candles, or the flat top candles with a wick next to it. If we are looking for manipulation moves. I see one. I see one. That we haven't moved into yet. Oh, we did actually. Yeah, no. We did it here. You see this one here? We took this one out. No. And here one more. We took it out here. And we haven't created any new ones, right? No. Now looking at the 4 hour, what do you see? This is how I like to start my day, right? Just looking and going over, waking up, and while you're waking up, you start seeing little things, and it's those little things that really can make or break a good trade. Getting just as much data as possible to prepare yourself for a larger move. So what's interesting for me is that the 4 hour is above the open, is above the close of this one, right? Then what I look at, I'm drawn to that wick, and for me it's important that if we're going to be bullish, I want price to be above the 50% of that wick, and I want to close above it. So no wick, but just the body. So then we need to go to the lower time frame. So I'm going to mark that area and just see how price is reacting of it, because I also have that lower move in my, but are we first going to take out liquidity, then go back in the range, and then are we going to range all day? Get to TGI, get to the N-walk levels and range between, can be an inside day. Well, inside day, maybe inside this candle here and these candles here. It could be an inside day from Friday, right? This is all Friday's price action. So let's see. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or is it going to be accumulation, manipulation, distribution to the side? Now the 4 hour wick could be a wick to the upside and then go down to the up. We're creating the wick now for the 4 hour. If we go to the upside, for example. So what I'm asking myself is this going to be a rejection block again? And we're going to reject from this area here and go to the downside? Or are we going to disrespect this one here and go up and then go down? So we have a juicy, look at this. This area really has my interest, 24.45-ish. So once we have a change in sale delivery on the 15, I'm very interested in that level. But then again, it could be a manipulation move to the downside and then go back further. So we have to see. Is this a breakaway gap? And this the measuring gap? Or is it totally different? This one is open as well, right? Is this a measuring gap then? Yeah, I don't know. I hope ICT is going to touch on those measuring and breakaway gap By the way, talking about ICT, talking about the good man, he's going to do some stuff this week, right? And he was supposed to post something. Let me see if he did already. Yes. We're still in consolidation. He didn't post anything yet, right? No, he didn't. I thought he said 8 p.m. yesterday evening, but it could be today. Um, did he post? Let me see. Where did I put my phone? I want to see if he posted anything. Does anyone know if ICT if he was any more specific on what he was going to, what time he would release a lecture or something? I believe it was somewhere 8 p.m. Eastern, but I'm going to check. Here, here we go. Now let's see. Is there anything? ICT. Where are you going to? For some consolidation. So not much at the 2 p.m. move, right? So normally I see a lot of the move started at 2 a.m., but it did not really now. It was, well, 118. We hit the first percent fair value gap, and then we moved up, and then we went back into consolidation. So, but we are above, the 4 hour is above this 4 hour here, and we are still not done with the move up, I believe. But then again, this is an area of interest. We haven't gone back into the range since Friday. Also not in Asia, which tends to happen a lot. So if you don't have a TGI on Friday, you get it on in Asia. But also that didn't happen. So okay, ICT did not do any lecture yesterday. It's just verifying how to use his Telegram channel, because apparently there are a lot of scammers and there's people there's still people that fall in the trap that they opposed to. They pretend to be ICT and sell stuff. That is mind blowing to me that people still fall for that. I mean, oh, 2 days ago, even his trade was partial at Event Horizon. Here we go. He uses the Event Horizon there. I didn't see those. I haven't seen those. Okay. Okay, so nothing there yet. But then again, also we have to, I remember that sometimes he is, he doesn't have to do it. But then he doesn't, he's a bit later than scheduled. But it's okay. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm still studying. If he comes out with new things, I'm going to dive into it because, yeah, it's valuable stuff. And maybe some things, I figured some stuff out. I'm just testing a lot of stuff. I haven't shared all of them here because some things I just want to share. Give too much away already. But it's like building blocks. If you look deep enough into the charts and start really diving deeper, and there's so much logic already what he gave, and it's like, I can say one thing, for example, like for example, the TGIF, right? So, but he talks about Friday. But think about it. It's not just Friday. It's just all candles. And so then, I looked into the monthly. What happens with the if it happens on the weekly, that also should occur on the monthly, right? So when you have a month, for example, where those two align, the TGIF zones, and you get your move down, you already have like a very specific area. They overlap, and it's like a building block. He just gives it. He pushes you in one direction, but then you just have to look a little bit further how you can extend that knowledge to apply it to other, and maybe have one tweak or something. So that's how I look at it. So yeah. Okay, let's have a look now. We're starting to go down. So we're rejecting into, let's see if it's a valid rejection. So the white line is the top of Friday. You don't want to be in this price action. And it's okay, we get one distribution move, just to let it go. It's just, we're not going to chase, and it will give a lot of information for the next move. Okay, now if we go up, how can we calculate the move up, right? Do we have any logic to that? Is there logic to it? Now, I do want to show something. So I used the 1.25 in my larger time frame moves, and 1.25 is most of the time if I use manipulation wick. So, example, this is a beautiful manipulation wick, right? If you look at the other ones, I mean, they're not really very clear. They're just very herky-jerky, wicky, smaller bodies, and this is a large body. I'm a little bit disappointed of myself that I did not have it level on my charts Friday, because I had another calculation. I didn't look at this one, but 125 is very significant for me for a retrace or for a time to stop, but it's not done yet, the move. But it's very high time frame, and if you go to the 4, it's very high, right? But let's take a look at the 2.25, and then it's 24,456. Now that's not too far for this week, but without a retracement, it's so hard to really enter a trade like that, right? You just want a proper retracement and not just go up, 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 up without any movement. But on the lower time frame, obviously you can find you can make calculations like this again. But this was a level that I should have had on my charts for Friday, definitely, especially from a wick like this. So I was a little bit disappointed that I missed that. then let's have a look at the other manipulation here. I'm going to show some confluences. I haven't done, I mean, to be honest, I haven't really done a proper is it 225? Let me add 225. So I know people don't really use 25 levels, and I just noticed it's so significant. So I just want to help people to start looking at that as well. 2.25. Let's see if that is of any significance. There we go. So if you would have used this as a manipulation, you would see it was 225, right? Almost at the, did I calculate it correctly? It's a little bit too high. No wicks. No, you have to be exact. So let's see if it's exact. No, we did not make it 225 here, but we made it to the 2. 2 was exactly so this is where the turn was. So let's say 2.5 is a valid point here, right? So then we have 24,279-ish. 24,279. And this was where we ended yesterday, Friday. This was the settlement price. Let's stick to this one here because this is where the official turn was. It's changed in the state of delivery, proper one. So 24,280. Let's say 24,280. Okay, so now I do think we're going to get a move down. Just trying to figure out what if it's worth a trade. Okay, are we going to go back to midnight already? Or are we just going to hover around it? It seems a little bit early to me that we're going back into midnight range already. Now, what time is it? 2:28. Yeah, I could just be going up. ICT 2022 model. Let me see. You mean you're looking for a model to the downside? You mean there's a sweep of liquidity on the 211, and then we have a change in the state of delivery, and then we are now retesting the breaker to the downside. Yeah, I think it's a mini. It could be because but then it's a very small one, right? So you have but then it's like we just took out some liquidity with a very tiny move. Then we go down, and we have a move into that breaker. Let me go on the 1 minute. There we go. So you have a sweep of liquidity here, right? Takes out this liquidity, then you have this is now your breaker. You want this to be run through, so we have a body close. Do we? Yes, we do here, and then we have but I don't know. I think it's going to be a small move down and to go back up further or something. So what I was looking at, like, did it hit one of those wicks, right? And we did here. And also what I was looking at, what I already did on the other screen. Oh, hold on. I was calculating the range. So I would never consider this, just for me, it wouldn't have much interest because we have all these levels here and these gaps, right? We hit this zone already. Now, yes, we're going back into this, but you could be right. It might be the entry. Well, we have a sweep of liquidity. I would actually, we are in 231. Let's just, I'm paper trading, guys. I think it's a, you know what? You brought me to an idea. Let's just go crazy. Let's do the 2022 model. Now, we're going to use the breaker. It's above a gap, so it could go higher. But 2022 offers, they fill as well, because if the move is not done to the upside, because I think we need to go a little bit higher, but I'm paper trading. Let's just go with the logic. But this bothers me here, this consolidation, because we went into, from this range, we met, we are into the OTE zone, but let's just see if we're gonna fill. Yeah, it's just, look, it's just so small, right? We did take it out, but you see, but we are still in the breaker. We're going to consider this the breaker here. Now, I didn't check the 3 and the 5. Like what I always do, is there a 3 or 5 minute breaker as well? You go. Okay, so the blue line is the 1 minute breaker. Let's go to the 3 minute. You see we're already going up, right? Does it look like a valid breaker? Yeah, see, we're going to be stopped at. Yeah, so exactly. And on the 5, you see, if you go to the 5 minute, there is no, this is just an order block. You don't want to consider this a breaker as well. So, yeah. Now look at the 15 right here. If you have a market maker buy model, would it be done? And I don't like the flat red candles. So you see, it created an order block on the 15, right? Yeah, do not trade any live accounts or any, just wait for more information. Um, you see here, a flat top with a wick. Also with the 2022 model, if you want to have a solid model, you want a proper inversion as well, right? They tend to go together. So I really can't see a proper, well, maybe we have to go to the 30-second. Let's go to the 30-second. You do this could be considered a BPR, but you know they're flat tops. Look at this, so horrible. Oh, I would definitely stay out of this. I would not consider this a valid. I'm, you know, it could go down, but I don't know. I don't think that red candle on 15 minute is an order block. This one? What is it? Yeah, 236. It's not a propulsion block. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, because I thought it might have been a propulsion block into this one, but it was not. It's definitely not. It's just the whole. Well, the next minute should be not take out its load. Yes, correct. Or you mean the take out the loads? It's equal, right? Yeah. The queen next to it should not take out its load. Then it should not take out its load. But did it take out the lows with the tick, right? The low 13225. It's equal, but what about equal? It's an equal low. I think we're going for the we're heading for the highs. Yeah, ICT said its low should not be taken out. Yeah, the 15 next to it is lower. Is it not on my oh, next to it? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay. I gotcha. So you mean this one cannot be taken out by this one. So this one is a an invalidated order block because it took out the left candle. Because this is equal. Okay, now I am I said it should not be taken out. So these are equal, these two. But this, you mean if this candle, so the down close took out this, then it's invalidated. Ah, these are equal on the continuous contract. So you see this one here, the low is 132.25, and this is also 132.25. So if this candle takes out this, then it's invalidated as an order block. But I don't understand it because if we have high frequency traders, they use the candle to go down to re-enter for the move up. So they use this liquidity. So we have a move down, right? And the smart money, they use this move down to re-enter for this move up. That's why I'm a little bit confused. Because this is how smart money plays. They use the down movement to get in the trade. Look, because it does touch these wicks here. And this is they re-entered for this move up. Because we're definitely on the move up now. So let's see on the lower time frame. Let's go to 1 minute again. So this area, what time is this? 2:15. 2:15. But you see this that on the 1 minute you had a full market maker buy model in this whole area. So but look at that beautiful move going up. You see this order block? Well, I'm okay. we now have a nice manipulation move, right? See that in this time, so 2:15. Let me see, where did we start? Here we go. Manipulation, manipulation, and the distribution. So this is the manipulation move of this coming move up. Is it a short now? 2:43. Let's have a look. Okay, are you long or short bias for this move, for the coming move? We took out liquidity. We have liquidity on the here, but is it enough? There we go. Beautiful move. Are we going for this? Are we going for them? Yeah. So for example, if you if this is then an order block because it didn't take out this low, then is that what you're saying here? This one? So we're above the breaker, the bearish breaker. So yeah, I know it's going to go up. Yeah. 147. Okay, let's see where are we going? I like it. 147. We have a daily, monthly high as well. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. I'm on the. You're on the September. I'm on the September contract too. I'll have a look. What's the difference? Well, in all honesty, when you said about that rule, and I've studied the breaker block and the other ones, but the order block itself, I mean, you could be right, and because it's more like if then when they become an order block is an order block, but then they change into a specific order block at some times. But not everything is an order block. ICT has been very clear on that. So I actually need to get back into what is an exact order block, because I can define the breaker block, the mitigation block, the mitigation block also. I think I need a refresher on that as well. But the rejection block I use a lot, as you can see, and then in time. But I think it's very interesting what you just said. But for me, when I see these levels, and especially let me go back to that screen. Like this one here, like the 15-minute one, it did go back and it did hit these levels here, and it goes into the OTE zone. So for me, it's I just really, yeah, I would love, so just an order block on its own, like those rules, if you say, okay, can I take that out? I actually didn't know. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but it did go down into this fair value gap. It hit this, these wicks are liquidity levels as well, right? So it did close the gap. But what is it then? If it's not an order block, how do we call this one? Or is it just a down close candle? Just filling the gap, right? But it was enough to make this move up and take out liquidity. So I would think if an order block has a function, so this is then on the 3-minute, it is an order block, right? Because it doesn't take out this. But it's, yeah, okay, it's outside this one here. It's inside this one. Interesting. On the 3-minute, it's just an up close candle. 248. Let's see if we get the macro to go up into this level, or we're going to go, we're going to go up now. It's going to go take out the level, right? There's no reason for it. Are we going to reject here somewhere? 153. Yeah, it's reacting to the fair, but you're right. Yeah, yeah. So, but on the 3-minute, we do have or I believe this is an order block, but it's outside that 15-minute candle. Yeah, ICT has been very clear on that. Everybody calls everything an order block, but they are not. They can just be a down close candle. Yeah, because the green candle to its right is lower. Well, it's not lower. This one is not lower. This one is not. It's equal. They're equal. Oh, you mean the body of the candle? Do you mean the body of the candle is lower than the black body, or do you look at the wicks? Because that's where we are talking differently. The body is lower of this one. Is that enough for you to be for it to be an order block, or does it have to be the wicks? Because they're equal here. Let me check the. Same. Okay, now they are the same. Well, Yeah, I'm just trying to understand your logic because if you say they're not supposed to be lower, but then again, it's equal. So it's the wicks are equal lows now. So um, I just want to understand what you because I can learn something from that. So these are equal lows, but the body is lower. So that would disqualify this then as an order block because this body is lower, or what is? Yeah. Okay. I'll go to T. I most likely will go to T. I'm sure T Trade has a good a video on it. I'll have a look because T Trade always has good videos on those topics. Let me see T Trade's order. Sometimes there's little things, and then you tend to. If you look at other things, you need a refresher at some about some topics again. Let me just, let me have a look. I was told that an order block should have a fair value gap also next to it. And an order block creates a change in the state of delivery, right? Order block is a change in the state of delivery, if I'm correct. I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna really. You have inspired me to really dive deeper into it again because I need a full refresher on the specifics of the order block. So I'm gonna do that this week. See, I love that. Sometimes you're like, oh yeah, but what am I missing? And I need to get a refresher because I haven't looked into it. So I'm gonna do that. That's on my list for this week. And thank you for that. Yeah. There could be so much valuable, if you like go back into certain very basic stuff because you tend to, especially with the ICT, like, the basics, time goes on and you get into some different things. And for me, it's time. And then the basics, it's sometimes so valuable just to go back and go into core content, for example, and just go over the basic, or obviously I use T trades a lot as well for basic knowledge and just go over some basics again because you tend to forget some very the easy things that are very, just the plain rules about something because they're out there. And yeah, we always need a refresher once in a while, especially if you dive deeper into other topics. So just the plain old order blocks, yes. Okay, so we're above the 79%, so we're moving up. Oh, we're in the macro. I'm going to take a long, sorry. Paper trade still. Paper trade, paper trade, paper trade. Okay, what's my logic? Now I see this is the bullish breaker. I'm on the 3-minute. Bullish breaker, retest, and we are going to go to that. Now I'm just going to have a look at the wicks here. Now, could we reject in this BPR? Yes, of course. Stop loss is going to be the... Now, the only thing that I don't like... Hold on, let me see. Did we get into this little gap? No, we did not. So we might get like a little... we might get before we hit the all-time high. So I did not put my... I just went into the wicks here to take profit. So just 10 points. I have to know, how do you know if IFUG is a good one? I think ICT is going to use it, but people use they say, okay, this is IFUG because this is not a good IFUG because it didn't enclose the whole one. Okay, why is this one a good IFUG? How people use it. For me, is an IFUG that you have a close above the body here, but you don't, right? So, but then again, it still goes back into the range and it's a valid trade. Now, let's have a look here. So ICT said you have to inverse the function. It needs to have it. It needs to have a green candle go for a bearish. A green. It has to be invalidated by a green candle, then a sell again, and then it's a trampoline. But on the higher time frame, you don't see that happen here, right? So it's very confusing. Like here, if this would be an inversion, is it an inversion now? Not really, because you just have a candle here. But how would you, but is it an order block? Does this become an order block or is it an inversion? So I think something is there, like it has to have, is it a future inversion, this? Yeah. Now here we have a change in the state of delivery, right? Down close candle, displacement through it. Beautiful retest, and we move away from the area. Now, I think there's a difference with inversion and just disrespecting a candle. So this is, now you have a candle go through it. So it disrespected this candle right now. But is it a valid inversion? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, you know, it really, to change the way, Okay, here. I think this is a good example here. You have a green candle here, right? It's blah, 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 blah. Let me see. This is a BPR, but when does it become a valid candle to that we're going to the downside? So we have here one move, then we go down. Yeah, and people would call this a BPR. Okay, I think it's a good example now. Let's mark this one. Let's figure it out. Okay, and we have a wick here. Let's see. I want to find another example where we can have where we have more data, where we can see. Okay, I'm still in this paper trade, and I'm just aiming for the beginning of the wicks because I think it was going to reject from here and then go back later. So for me, it's just let me go to this. It's gonna practice my warming up. Okay, let's go over the 15 minutes inversion. Okay. Now, ICT, like we have a BPR, right? And people use this as an inversion. I think that's incorrect. I don't know why, but because he calls that a BPR, I'm like a BPR cannot be an inversion because we already have a name for it. So I always think it has to be a candle below it that could be the BP, or is the BPR when the part of the BPR has this function, like you have this. So obviously we always have a down close candle to the BPR, then we have an up close candle, but it doesn't, it's just working its way in the BPR. It doesn't go higher. So let's have a look at this one here. So we want to change in the state of delivery but that we have here, this gives us a change in state of delivery, and then we go back into this range, and then we go down. So there's no, do we have anything on the left on this side? So I think we're going to retest that area that I mentioned. 303. See, it's always 303. So I think we're going to go down into this this range here. Here. And then move the way to the way up. Okay. See? Yeah, it's 2%. In profit though. Yeah, it's going to go here now. We have a little gap here. A retest. I might enter and I'm going to put a limit order here. Buy, limit, stop loss below the breaker, and then target the high. Then I will target the high, 156. I wanted to retest this area. You have to be vigilant if it does not. Just see 156. why did my limit order stay here? Why are you not going down? Oh, I'm entered already. Okay, I'm in. Okay, good. Now he definitely hasn't taught us all those things yet, but I think it was good. We went over it in the PM session that we had to go. You need like movement below, above, and then it becomes a valid the trampoline, right? But let's see if we have it here. So I see a lot of people call this one the inversion here before, for example. Okay, price goes through it, and then they call this an inversion because now this candle is not bearish anymore; it's bullish. Yeah, it's a valid thing, but I don't think that is the real inversion. But you have to change in the state of delivery here. But that will mean that inversion is just change in the state of delivery, but that's an order block as well. We call an order block change in the state of delivery. So I'm trying to look for an example, but we had a couple yesterday or Friday. So we really need to have some down movement. Let me go to the 5 minute. We'll find a good example. Okay, so when does a bullish candle become bearish? It's a BPR here, but nothing goes through it anymore, so it stays a BPR. Then we have this one here. There we go. So we have a bearish candle here. We have movement to the downside. Okay, here we have a good example. Okay, bearish candle, a bullish candle. It's invalidated here. That's one move to the downside. Then we have another move up again. We need to close above it. And now here it's a bearish candle. Now it becomes a bearish function because bullish, bearish is go through where you have a close below it. Then you have a bullish action again. And then when it goes down, you can see it as a trend that it will as a function to a downward, and you see it goes down here. And then what you see happening here, it doesn't go above it anymore. Why? Because it already here has been invalidated by 1, 2, and the third close. This invalidates the bullish fair value, and you see it happening here, right? 1, 2, 3. We don't go below it anymore. Boom. So you can, this one is off. You don't have to use this one anymore because of these 3 movements. And then you see it happening here. Boom. So, but then obviously it goes back into it, but it doesn't matter. But, then you have to look at this one, I guess. So you have an inversion here. Or we don't look at it. We don't look at it at all anymore. I think they're temporary. It also what I think is time. I think there's also a time element. So here you use it, right? And it validates this trade to the downside. Then you have change in state delivery, and then we move back up to the upside. So then we have to use other things. But I think there's also an element of time. Like when do they come invalidated? Do you have a specific use? You look at them, and then they have a function, and then at some point after a new change in state of delivery, they don't work anymore. But you see clearly here, it's rejecting from especially this area. So this has a function, this area. It changed. It just had one move, and it just had. I'm just also thinking, like, is it like you had one move to the upside? But this area, if you have an area like this, if I leave this on, Let's go. You will see that this area will become of importance again. If you see wicks in it and special like this. So I'm going to leave this one on because I think there is more to this level, especially when they're being used and, you know, being like used as support, resistance, and there's consolidation in it. It's an important level. So it's to down, now it's gone up again. Okay, so now let's say this here. You're going to use this one as an inversion. When will this be a valid inversion? Let's make another comment. You know, what I like about these things, I'm just going to go into the rabbit hole and just, you know, back test all the time and look. I've never really looked into it. I just look at the change in state of delivery and some other things, but I always look at, okay, now we've just invalidated that one, right? 5 minutes IFUG. Let's see. Now we have a 5-minute IFUG. Did we have anything go through it yet? Yes, one. Now we want another green candle to go above it, right? So we are expecting it that this will become we want this to become an inversion. So then we want to see a green candle go through this, close above it. Then we want to see another candle go below it and use this as a trampoline to the downside. So now we can see that price is not coming above it, right? So I would say, like, I would hold this as a on my chart as well to see, are we really going to take that last move up, right? So if we're going back into the range, like this, go into this area, what I think is going to happen, I'm going to, so I think it's something like that, right? So this BPR is going to change into an inversion because the moment you get like a candle that goes through it, and then this is no more a BPR. It is a BPR until there's nothing to the right of it. The moment you get things to the right of it, then this changes into an inversion. But the question is this one or that one, right? Yeah, I agree. It's but I think it starts with this one because it was a bullish, but we'll see. Let's see. Because we want this one to be bearish, but then again we have this bearish one, so obviously we're going to reject here, right? Because we are in a bearish fair value gap. But that already makes this one bearish. So this is a rabbit hole. If this one would work as a bearish fair value gap, we don't want it to go up, right? But in order for this to become an inversion, so to work as a bearish one, we need this bearish one to be invalidated, right? So and the moment we go up to make this an inversion, we're actually invalidating the fair value gap. That is the one that we should be looking at. It's very, I mean, if you think about it, it's like, how does that work? Because obviously we need this one to be a bearish fair value gap. We want it to go down now because we're in this one, right? We don't want it to be disrespected. and we're not. Okay, the wicks are above it. Okay, it's going to go into that little area. So my stop is below that. So if we go lower, then it's really working as a bearish fair value gap. But it's not an inversion, right? It's a BPR. So it's now we're just using this fair value gap. But is this area going to be an inversion then? Okay, let's see. So we're still above the body of the 4-hour candle. That's important as well. Now this is an inversion here. We've got a candle going through it to the downside, but didn't close to the downside, so we're still bullish. So in order to take out the highs, we need a valid inversion of this bearish candle. So otherwise we're not going to take out the highs, right? So we want this candle to be inversed to become, otherwise we cannot take out the highs because this one is in the way right now, which has a function of a bearish order block that takes us down. But the only reason, if we are going to take out high, we want this to be inverted. But do we really need then that move to the downside, upside, to the downside, upside, and then the trampoline? Because that will mean that we're not going up, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to take it out without doing that, that three, but then this one is doing its job as what we want it to do. We want it to go up. So maybe if we have a BPR, we don't need those three things, right? Maybe if we don't have a BPR, like if you have an inversion like without that BPR, it's a different story. So I think they're variables. Yeah, no, but definitely a retest. But I think there's variables. Like for example, I'm just trying to think. We had a very good example was it a PM session that you could see clearly, the move through. But we don't want that here, right? We just wanted to, because we already have this one next to it. We want actually this one to be. We want a bullish order. We want a bullish fair value gap here instead of a bearish. So we just want this one to be disrespected. And a retest should be fine, right? Because do we have a breaker on the 1 minute? Maybe just try. Yes, we do. Yeah. So on the 1 minute, we have a high, low, high, low, higher high. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, this trade is working out for me. My stop is properly done. We just invalidated the this fair value gap, which is also the first percent London. So yeah, I'm still confident in my trade. No, TJ, this IFUG, you're putting me to work, man. Um, in some situations, it's very clear to me, but then you don't have like this BPR. But in BPR situations, I mean, now I'm just using we disrespect the 2022 model, right? So, okay, we are not bearish. Then I'm looking at the breaker model, and I look at the wicks. Like, are we rejecting in the wicks on the higher time frame, or are we disrespecting it? I'm looking at the 4-hour candle. Where is our the open versus the close of the previous one? What's the order flow doing at the moment, and what are the levels that we have? So we do have a change in the state of delivery here on the 1 minute. Let me see, and I also saw it on I believe on the 5. Let me just double check. Oh, come on. So this is very important to me. This a wick like this, like this is a change in the state of delivery, and this would be if I wasn't in the trade, I would enter here, or I would have added to my position in this one to ride it up to. And what am I doing? I'm not taking the whole move because I'm just not um, interested in that yet. Where is I'm looking at this here. Oh, it was on the 1 hour. I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm looking at these double. I'm not going for the highs, but just above the bodies in case it's just going to wick into it. So I'm just going here. 154. Oh, ooh, there we go. Yeah, that's the trade is going to go up. I think there's variables in the IFUG, and I think they are named different. I think we have variables. So I think we're gonna I think we're gonna get information. But I'm gonna I'm gonna get back to you about order blocks because I'm like that because I want to know and I really want to. I look for logic and I want to have all these things really the things that we can know we need to know because that will give you the edge, right? So, and if I'm starting to doubt, and I love what you're doing because you really challenge me as well, and that's the point of the channel, right? It's like like shit. Uh, I'm starting to like, oh, I can. What is it exactly? And if I don't know it exactly anymore, it annoys me, and then I have to deep dive again into it. So that's good. So it's order blocks, the IFUG, and I'm really looking forward to what ICT is going to tell us. So. Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm getting back in. I'm definitely, and that's the point, right? Because I've been really getting deep into time and other things a little bit, which really helped me, and my models, and my 10-4 and some other things that I have been working on. And like I said, you just tend to forget some basics sometimes, and those are the ones that give you such a, sometimes you look and then you miss something, and then you're like, oh, but it might be a very basic thing you don't even look at anymore. So, but anyway, now let's have a look at because it could take a long time to get there. Now I marked this as a 5-minute IFUG, but it could be wrong because let's have a look. It's a BPR. It's not an IFUG. So a BPR maybe just is a BPR maybe I think a BPR becomes an IFGG. So now the BPR, we're disrespecting this one here, but the moment we disrespect, so let's say we're going to take out the high, right? Then we have a move to the upside. Then we get a move to the downside, and then this becomes a bearish fair value gap as a function of a bearish one. But then again, you could say, yeah, but you've got this one here. So it's with BPRs, I'm really confused now. Yeah, so it took me out. I think with the BPR, it takes a longer time to take out the highs because the BPR is in the way, right? So it makes sense that it's not going to take it out before it most likely will go to the downside again. Let's see. We didn't go to the whole. There is a 5-minute order block possible in the creation. Continuation. So you see on the 5-minute, this was a flat candle, right? So it took it out and it did not go into one of these wicks yet. So let's see. So TJ, what I remember someone saying, if you see a wick like this, right, and you see a fair value gap, this area here becomes of a point of interest. And you see here as well, you have a fair value gap with this wick. So you look to your left. You see this wick here? This one here? You see this fair value gap. So this area here wicked into basically in this fair value gap, but also in this wick. So always mark the fair value gaps that you notice if they have a wick next to them to the left. So this was a good entry point. Okay, so we are not going up yet because of this area here. So the BPR is working as a resistance, right? So this actually is a very strong resistance point, but it's working its way through it. That's why we have the high resistance move. So looking at this one here and seeing that there was a wick, this one was the retest of this area at 230, which should have been the entry point. For today. So not 2 o'clock, but 2:30. Why? Consolidation. We didn't go below the consolidation. And you see here, it didn't go. There's a wick here as well. And on the 5-minute, it's this area here. So this is this was an important fair value gap. So the fair value gaps get important if they have a wick next to them to the left. And I think that's also something that has I think that there is also something with inversions that is similar to that logic. But we're gonna get there. We'll get there. We'll have it all clear. Or ICT will have a nice lecture on it. But anyway, I just want to share that with you. If you see a fair value gap and you're wondering which one should I take, if it has a wick to it, they are of high value always. No exception. Like for example, you see this one here, right? And it's not going to be taken out. Nothing here. We have nothing to the left on this. No, obviously we are an all-time high. Yeah, just look into that. You'll always see that also those wicks on the left, they will always be referred to at some point. So here, these ones. Okay. It's okay, Gigi. Okay, are we going now to 333? Yes, I'm going to enter again. 1 5. Oh, it's a very small range though. No, 1 to 1. Getting started. It's just uh, it's a week. You know, we had the weekend, and I just want to yeah, we're gonna go over it. I think we're gonna blast out of it now. Let me just look at the levels. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, so 159 is the high. We're gonna blast to 168-ish. Let's see how far we can go. 159. Oh, are we not gonna? Okay. 163. Okay, 163. It's fine. Don't leave it there. Now, so what I was looking at, let me show you. Just want to make sure that I have it correctly. Okay, so if I mark the green candle, right? No, we have to mark the black candle for it into order to be inversion. Yeah. Okay. So technically, if we go over this level, it's already disrespected this one, right? Here. So that happened already in this candle here, in this area. So that also is already enough for us to know, okay, we're not being bearish anymore because we're working our way up. I hate that. I hate that. It's enough for it already to take it out, right? Let's lower it. You're going to take me out again. Are you done? 36. Now you're going to go a little bit higher. A little bit. It could go all the way up to, let me see. It took out a very important level, so I don't know if it's going to go much higher, but it could make a little spike. But let's see, 169-ish maybe? I don't know. I don't want to be greedy on days like this because that got me Friday as well. Okay, I take it. Good. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what did it do at 3? It used the 313 macro. When did it get out of this area? Let's go into time a little bit. Let's see if we can get some logic. I'm using the 5 minutes. So we had 320. That's that's a start of, it can be a continuation, right? Then you have a down close candle. It retested. We can see this as a rejection block. And then we went up at 325-ish. Let's see how far it goes. You know, I'm very bearish. Yeah, I'm extremely. I've got my magnet here already in this area. Um, but you know, Friday it didn't finish the move, right? It was so clear. It was just like it was sort of like so it's always difficult when you have this kind of price action. How far is it going to go up? When is it going to go down? It could go up the whole session all the time before it goes down. It doesn't have to go. It just goes minimal. Just it takes out a little bit. It goes back up. Um, is this equal again? This is the high 159.50. 159. Okay, I did take it out with two ticks. So okay, I think it's done. Okay, so this isn't a valid bearish fair value gap anymore, right? Because we already went through it. So then this is my logic. So then we have to start looking at this one, because this one is already invalidated. So we look at this one. We have price action going through it. We want price action going this way. Then when it goes down again, then it will use this area. We can look at this one as an inversion for the move down. So then this one becomes the inversion. So this bullish candle will be a function of will become bearish. So it's a future. I have it as a future inversion. I'm going to mark this as a future 5 minute minus FUG. Minus. Oh, you can't see it with the dash lines, but you see what I mean, right? So let's think about this logically. If we would go down this area here and then go down all the way, will it go back up, or are we not going to go below this level anymore until we met the high? What do you think, TJ? Is it logical to think? So once we go below this level, are we just going to keep on going lower, or are we going to go just lower and go back up of it? Or is this like going to be a blockade? Yeah, we're definitely going down, but are we going down now? Because we just disrespected this fair value gap, right? This bearish. This is not bearish anymore. Is it logical to just to disrespect an, a fair value gap and then go straight down? So you go over it and then you go down. It's very high resistant. You're in a short. Nice. Let's see. I hope it will work. I'm not in any position. It created a lot of trend line liquidity as well on the 1 hour look. We've got a lot of I'm not too sure yet of a short, to be honest. I think it will make one more leg up. Let me see. Let's see. I want to check something. We did hit the 2.5. So that could indicate actually the end of a run or a good retracement. We entered on a bearish order block on the 1 minute. So you really use those. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's gonna drop. Let's see. Is your stop above the wick? Now, interesting. Look, if this now is becoming a bullish order block, then we want it to go down below it, right? So this is now, let's say this is becoming the inversion. Then we want price action to go above it, go to the downside, and then go up to the upside, right? Then this will become the bullish, it becomes a full bullish price action. So technically then, if we get the price action to the downside, so I'm reading this as a bullish block still at the moment. But why? Because this is we are bullish, we're going up on it, we disrespected this bearish for value gap. We're still hanging above it, but then again we met the 2.5 standard deviation, which is a very important deviation for retracement or full reversal. So I'm with you on being short, considering the levels we're in, but then this sort of bothers me a little bit now, because also looking at the price action, right, the bodies are staying above it. You see how it's just not, you see how the bodies are respecting the midpoint of this, let's call BPR. So I'm looking at the change in the state of delivery on the 5-minute. I want to change in the state of delivery on the 5-minute, and I just don't see that yet. Or did we have it here? Did we have it here? Hold on. Low 140.50. Low 143. It's the open. Hold on. Open. 143.75. Close 143.75. No, you see this one. This is equal. We don't have a change in state of delivery here yet. It's equal. The body is not below the open of this one. So the close or the low, let me just double check, 143.75. It's equal. So I don't see a change in state of delivery here yet. I see just equals. And it could be a continuation to the upside. But it's very, it's really hard to read because it's 2.5 standard deviation, which is indicating we took liquidity. I would be inclined to be in a short as well, but this bothers me. No change in the state of delivery on the 5-minute. And let's go to the 15 on this one here. It's a difficult read. It's really, I mean, that's why I'm staying out, because I have no idea, because I'm inclined to go with your idea as well, considering so many things are still. There we go. Are you going now? There is a change in the state. This will be my end. No, it's 351. Just wait. What it's doing? I want to see this candle now. There we go. Okay. Now it's a short. Hey, what happened? I took my. I still don't like it, to be honest. I don't have like a clear. It's just not really. Now I'm getting out. I don't like it. I don't like it. If I miss it, I miss it. It's okay. I just don't like it. I don't want to be in trades I don't really like. I feel comfortable. I'm just not feeling it at the moment. Um, but we took out a beautiful high from yesterday, from Friday. We're below the. We have a change in the state on the 5 minute. So yeah, I think you're good. Yeah, no, you're good. I just don't like it. So, but I think you're good. I didn't like my entry, and it's just not. I just didn't have a good. There you go, man. Let's go to the 1 minute, by the way. Does manipulation occur during the macro times? Um, you mean manipulation of, well, for example, what I noticed and what I shared is that a lot of the times when I'm bearish, I want to see the first candle be a bullish one on the 49 or the 51. And as you see here, even though they're very small, they did give two, like this is a doji, but it's still green doji, right? But I just, for some reason, I just don't trust this area. It's just, I can't explain it to you, TJ, why I don't trust it. I have no logic, but it's just a hunch I have. Like, I just don't feel, I don't feel comfortable with this trade. Even though it will be a paper trade, I just don't enter when I just don't feel comfortable. Um, it did go down, but then, so why am I not comfortable? So, okay, this is a market maker buy. Yes, we did sweep these highs, right? But we just look how it swept it. It's just wicks. Um, there's not been a real body, another candle with a wick into this. Technically, the bodies are still below this one here. I just don't think it's done yet with the move up. I'm just not sure. I'm never not sure. I just stay out. Um, so going back to this 5 minute calculation. So this is a very significant level, right? 2.5 always. It's always either, if it's going to be a 4 or 6 point move, yes, 2.5 will be definitely a retracement. Let me just go to this one. It's going to be herky jerky, huh? Yeah. Okay, I need to change this one here. Let's see how far, if it's a retracement, how far it's going to go. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at now here. With 2.5 RR. Okay, good. Yeah, you got your money. Yeah, you don't want to be. I mean, look at this, TJ. In all honesty. So what I'm looking at here is sometimes a retracement could just be 30 in the 38%, right? For it enough to go back further up. So how do I calculate it? This is technically a balanced price range, so you don't have to. It doesn't have to go. And get this out of here. So I didn't calculate it like from this dealing range to this, because this can be a full dealing range, right? You have a wick here and a wick here. It could be a full dealing range, so it's done with this range, and then it will create another intermediate term low and go back up, right? Something else. Well, you got your profit. That's good. It doesn't matter. I mean, you got something, and that's fine. That's really good, especially in this price action. Okay, now let's have another look. We're 90. 1.5 is here. And 2.5 is here. Oh, there you go. Nice move down. We want that. Yeah, Friday was really it was weird, to be honest. But it did not go, but you still had you were taken out in profit as well, right? Yeah. But everything is, if you think about this, we took out the Friday high, we are at 2.5%. It's going down. It's definitely going down. But you see, I just don't like this price action. It doesn't, so it's 4 o'clock now, so we get a new hour. Oh, I forgot to look at SMT. Did we have SMT? If we had SMT, shit. See, I'm so not awake today. I'm so not awake. Yeah, we had SMT. Shit, I missed that one. We had SMT, TJ. I missed that. Yeah, it was SMT. So, so this, yeah. Good. Nice, nice, nice. Now um there was SMT, so it was, everything lined up. 2.5 time, SMT. There was no reason for doubt for a short. Yeah, there was no reason. Yeah, look, yeah, F that. You were, yeah. No, 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 no. Hey, you're keeping me on my toes today. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love it because you're not distracting me at all. I should see it. I should, I'm just not awake yet for some reason. And this was really a good short. It hurts not seeing it, but I feel, yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't lose any money because I didn't go in, but this one, I should not have missed that one. Not at all. Damn it. I even have the white line there. You see that? This white line? A white line for me means um, a very important point if that's taken. Okay, it doesn't, guys, it doesn't matter. Why? Because if you miss a move like that, no FOMO, you'll get a very nice opportunity to. Yeah, but yeah, and always, it's gonna go into this level now. We're gonna get a trade. Don't worry. Well, I'm not gonna. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna let this go. It's not gonna go straight away. I mean, if it goes straight away, then I'm really pissed off actually, because this is I've got a magnet here as well. I was okay. Hold on. Refocus. Regroup. It's okay. We're not gonna have. We don't have any FOMO. No FOMO. You learn a lot from these kind of trades. If you miss them, you reverse engineer, you journal it, and next time you won't miss them. So it's Monday. We're just waking up. We're just getting back into the trading. It's fucking go. Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's gonna straight. It's gonna go to that level. It's all good. Sometimes we miss it. It's gonna go here. We're gonna get the TGI. This is the TGIF move now. It's happening. But guys, it's okay because now we know for the next time when you see Friday happening again and when you don't get your move, like TJ, we didn't get the move on Friday, right? We didn't get the TGIF on Friday. Just watch it how it goes, and if it goes straight into the TGIF level, so the blue levels and this here, I have another area mark here. I don't care anymore because we learned so much about these moves, and there's going to be another move later today. Okay, it's 5 past. It's gonna go. It's gonna go continue. It's gonna continue down. It's gonna be fast. It's gonna just go. It's not done yet. I think. Okay, we have a fair value gap here though. Check out this. Didn't take this liquidity yet. So there's a 4 hour little gap here. 24. Oh, still 50 points. Let's see if we can re-enter. It's okay, TJ. You'll be fine. You got your profit. You were right. You already said it. You got out because maybe I was not certain of my move, so that means I distracted you. But that's okay. That you learn. Like you have to trust your own analysis, and if you think it's right, you rather take a loss and you journal it. But it's okay. You took profit and you have you're green, and and you're on the and you really knew you already your analysis was was correct. You always have to trust your analysis because even though somebody, when I had like at some point I started fading my mentors, and I was like, oh my god! But then because they were having an off day, and I saw something they didn't, and I was like, oh, you know what? I would rather take a loss and just follow my analysis and learn from it than just listening to other people, even though they might know something about another topic. But at some point, you just have to trust your own analysis and just listen to the others just for okay, whatever, and I love it if you have a different opinion because you keep me on my toes, man. I like because I already know about two things. Oh, those questions. If I cannot answer it properly, that means I have to know more about that topic, or I just need a refresher on that topic because I've been thinking about other things. So yeah, so you done really good this session, even though you got out early. I mean, and also, I've said all these things. We still have these levels. We still haven't gone into this. We still haven't. And sometimes the price action, it's so interesting how it still managed because it's built around fear and greed, right? And how to manipulate people out of their trades. So if you're not feeling it, it means like, for example, me, um, I literally said all the things and actually it was a short already. But okay, obviously we were a little bit distracted by this one here, but everything lined up. I had it, this white line was for me a very high point. Once is that is breached, I have to prepare for a short. Um, we have SMT time. The four, well, my 4 o'clock. I'm very crazy about the 4 o'clock, right? And for me, it's like the 10, 4, 4, 10 doesn't matter. Um, you get into the manipulation move of the 4 o'clock. So there's this area. That's the a valid entry point. But look, it's not going further now. But we are now we're getting a trade for the next one. So we're just going to reassess and we're just going to get ready for a next trade. Yeah, okay. Your order block was, you said it. You said it. Definitely. And it was before the change in the state of delivery, right? You didn't even need the change in the state of delivery, or did? Well, actually, an order block is the change in the state of delivery. So you said the 1 minute. Let me see. An order block is a change in the state of delivery. This was my also here. I already saw, this. You have this first percent fair value gap of London, right? It goes through it here, and 348. This is already also confirmation here. Boom, into it, rejection, and then go down, and then we go below it here. And you see here, this 4 o'clock, it taps into that 5 minute. Well, how can we call it? Let's call it a BPR. You see it. This is a retest. We go out of it, and now we are retesting. Boom, and we go down violently. Nice. Oh, I'm gonna journal this one into oblivion and really get all the details. So this one will not happen to me again. No, 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 no. 1 minute. Yeah, no, I know you used the 1 minute. I'm just looking at the 5 minute just to let me see where yours was. Okay, listen. Is this a retest? Is this the entry point? Yeah, I think this is it retested the midnight. This is a good entry point for the move down further. 340 candle. Oh, you mean the one, this one here? Okay, now let's see. So this is also a percent fair value gap. It tapped into it. We have midnight above. We went below midnight. We went above against it, and we sort of like retested midnight. So just want to have a look at the some other time things. Let me see. Let me see. So we just went through the daily and the weekly open just now. So I will be a little bit careful at the moment. Just let it play out a little bit, I guess. Oh, this is, sorry, this is, I'm looking at ES. I didn't say, no, I was wrong. It did go through, but we have the monthly half here. So TJ, would you have known what would be your TP on that move down? How how low did you think it would go? So you guys know my models, right? My 410 and my 10-4. Now there is a 10 o'clock at the 24049, let's say 24050. But we also have a daily. Okay, I'm not going to say anything more. Hold on. I'm not going to give away too much. Previous date. 2463. 2463. 2463. 2450. Okay. 24. Oh, I want to get into my trade. 520. What time is it now? 4:14. I'm just looking at time. Uh, yeah, it's always good to wait for extra confirmation. I'm just contemplating with myself if I am entering on the short already, or am I going to wait? Or are we done with the move up? Because on the 4 hour, we went into 4 hour fair value gap. I don't know if you guys seen that. It's a short. Yeah. It's going to go lower. So on the 4 hour, why I'm hesitant a little bit, I'm a little bit off today, so I have to be honest about that because I missed that short. It was such a clear thing with SFT taking out liquidity, and I missed it. So I just didn't have enough coffee, I guess. So, but we did hit this fair value gap here. Now I have this little magnet here. It's a 4 hour volume imbalance. It's also in the TGIF zone of last week, which we didn't hit. And yeah, we might go there now. I think it's a short. See when it's below. If it goes below this level, I'm in. Yeah, everything is such clear. It's so clear, and you still miss it. Okay, it's a paper trade, guys. I'm off, so I'm not going to do anything with my regular now because I'm just missing very important information. And if I do that, I know I have to stay up. But I'm going to go to my magnet. My magnet is here. I'm taking it to. If you follow me, I'm off today, so don't. TJ has a better day. TJ says something. Listen to him today. Okay, 24.50. No, I'm just joking. Yeah. No, make your own idea. So you see, there's a 10 o'clock. I've got my 10 4, my 4:10. So sometimes, and my TP is going to be right above midnight. I don't want it to go above midnight. It still looks bullish now, right? This could be enough, but we'll see. Bye, TJ. Thank you so much for your valuable input. I'll see you again. Okay, I'm going to take all these things off here. There we go. There we go. Let's get some clean charts. Anyone else in a trade? No, I'm still bullish on the higher time frame because I do think it's just not done yet with the move up. So this might be enough. See, it probably is. It might not even have to go to this level. It's 419. Let's see. There you go. I'm going to be stopped out again. It's a, it still sucks to be off or even on your paper trades, to be honest, and not reading the market properly. It does annoy me. I do get annoyed when I don't mind when it's a good trade and I really think, okay, I've done my analysis well, and sometimes it just happens, right? But when you're really off, I didn't see the S&T, I didn't read properly into some other things, and then I'm like, it really does annoy me, and I do get pissed off a little bit, and I'm like, okay, why did I not see that? And then it's gonna stop me out again. It does annoy me, yeah, because yeah. And most likely, it might even go here, but then it just goes much later or something like that, and just timing. And then sometimes it's better just not to be in a trade and just only do analysis and stuff like that. So, um, but it happens sometimes. Sometimes you just don't read the market properly, right? You just like off all the time, or you miss something, and okay, it's 420. Let's see. 420, so that could be like continuation of a previous move, like the 20 to 40 time. So when you have these large drops, right, So if everything would normally, if I would be reading, I read these larger moves. They are also very helpful for your continuation moves. Like if you miss this first drop, like why am I in this short? Because I'm thinking, okay, well, but again now we created an equal high. So I'm like, okay, are we going low? Are we just going to go take out this equal high at some point first and then go lower? So that's why I'm sort of like, okay, well, it might be too early for this move down because of these equal highs now. So that's why I'm sort of hesitant. I'm in already, so either I'm going to be stopped out or it's going to go my way, right? But yeah. So the green line is the first presented fair value gap of PM session on Fridays, and it's sort of like now bouncing upon it. So let's see if they're going to leave this for later or they're just going to take, or yeah, they're going to go back into this range and then go down. But let's just see. I mean, so normally I'm much more confident if I'm in a trade. I feel like I have confidence and I feel comfortable, even though if I would be, because then I just know. It just happens as a trader. But not being confident in your trades like I'm feeling right now, it's just irritating at some point. And then I just need to, I guess, not trade. Because even though like suppose it would go in my direction right now, um, it wouldn't give me the feeling like, okay, I really did read well, because technically I wouldn't even enter normally when I see equal highs here, and timing might be off. So yeah, I should get out. I'm just gonna get out of this trade because I don't want to be in this trade. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I'll be always very transparent about these things, because and if I'm trading my live or my paper, and even on paper, you have to approach it exactly in the same way as you would do on your live, or because it's about the emotional part where what makes or break it, breaks you as a trader. Just going in paper trade and over leveraging and doing things like that, it just, for me, it just doesn't really help me a lot, because it's a different emotion I have on my live and on my Sunday account. So I just try to example, like right now, what I'm feeling right now, I'm really annoyed a little bit. And even if I paper trade, I have the same feeling, and I'm like, okay, I shouldn't be in it. But if I have another confirmation and my confidence line up, I will. And then if I lose the trade, then I'm still fine with it, because then I have a proper risk reward. I went over my analysis, things line up, and then, you have to have certain things that have to line up in order for you to be a trade. And then it can still be a losing trade, but that's okay, because it happens, right? But just getting FOMO'd in because of this move, and because I already effed up and didn't, missed a couple of things. I need to let that go, because it's just, it's one trade, and we're just waking up, right? It's weekend. We had weekend. And it's a good week, by the way, always the third week of the month. We do have a contract change, so that can be a little bit challenging. So we have to watch the volume. I checked it already for today. The moment the volume for the December contract is higher than the one of September, we have to change the monthly contract. On my screen, you see the continuous, so that doesn't really apply to that one. But I do watch on other screens my the monthly. So yeah. So we just have to keep an eye on that, but it can be a little bit challenging when there's contract months, because some people still stay on the contract for a longer period of time on the September one, and some switch already now, but I don't switch until the volume is higher on the December contract. So, and it's still higher, so let's see. But we have to switch before Friday, or on Friday latest. Yeah. So anyway, I still think we're going down, but I would rather have it seen take out this level here. Let's take a look, because I will re-enter it. I'm thinking, because I still have my level here. It's around this area, the 10 o'clock area, which is also around the magnet. I already had that marked here. But then again, we're in a FUG. It could be enough. it could be enough to go back up. It doesn't have to do anything. It can do whatever it wants, right? The market. It doesn't listen to us, especially to me today. Yeah. Let's see. It looks so bearish still, right? I'm gonna make myself a quick coffee, I think. Oh, just looks so bearish. Just off. See, I got out of my trade and it's still gonna run, right? So that sometimes you have those days. Just nothing works. If you go long, short. Um, what do you guys think? Are you guys in a short? What do you guys think? Are we gonna go one more leg up for a short, or are we done going short? I'm still inclined to go short. You see my level. You see my level on the screen. And on the 5 minute and the 1 minute, we have a flat one. Okay, let me quickly make some coffee, guys. But I also need to go to the bathroom very quickly, so I'm gonna run. I'll be right back. No, sorry. I mean, what? Here we go. Here we go. I'm sorry about that, but I just needed a little. I needed a little break. Okay. Yeah, we're going down. So, I got myself some coffee. Here we go. Woo. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, it's such a good short. I should get into the short. Let me just. This is a short, and I knew it was a short already, but I'm just not having my day today. Yes, but this cannot be anything different than a short. Here we go. I'm still gonna go take my level to this here. Stop loss. G. It's too early. So I made a video yesterday about overtrading and the trading trap, and that's why I thought, okay, I just need to go. I need to go to the bathroom anyway. But it's very important when you feel like overtrading. Yeah. I got into a trade because it's paper trading, but then again, it shouldn't matter, right? But if you walk, your cortisol levels go down. So it's always good to move away from your charts when you don't see things clearly. But why did I get into the trade? So what is my confirmation when I should be like fully refreshed, having my coffee and not over trading and just having confidence in my short now? Those it's those two lines. It's those two lines, and just this wick just now also gave me extra confidence to stay in. I'm gonna bring down my above the midpoint of the wick just because I don't want it to go over the midpoint. Here we go. Paper trade, guys. Just being fully transparent. I'm just getting ready for the rest of the week. My third week of the month is always my best week because it's you get the larger distribution moves. Monday, Tuesday, we might ping pong between NWOGs, but the thing why I'm interested in this level here specifically is we didn't get a good TGIF on Friday, and also not in Asia. So sometimes what you see happen is when you don't get a TGIF, this is the weekly, the 20, 30, 40% zone, right? What you see happening is that if it doesn't happen in Friday, then it happens during Asia. It didn't do it. So I'm thinking, and also because we've got this gap here, that's the yellow line on the 4 hour. You see this is 4 hour volume imbalance, which is in the TGIF zone. Plus it's around my model. I've got a model that you guys, if you are with me, it's called my 4-10-10-4 model, and we just had the 4 o'clock. We hit it. We had a manipulation move. Preferably, I would have liked to see price go back into it, which could still happen. Then I will be stopped out again. But I would just wanted to see it go into this level now and then go back up or something. Because I'm still sort of bullish, even though we're in higher territory or uncharted territory, I must say. I'm still bullish. Don't get me wrong. I'm still bullish on the higher time frame. So I just see this as a as a move to the downside, as a retracement. But yeah. Now let's see if it's just going to fall down. I just want to see it drop into the magnet right here. That's what I want to see. Sometimes happens, right? You're off, and then you just need to recalibrate and just be. And I'm also like, okay, I'm not going to give up. If I see certain things line up, I'm just going to get in. The time lines up. Time lines up for me. 4:30. My model is, this is my model, my 410 model. And well, let's see if it did not. If I reject here in this area here, because it's a rejection block, it could function as a rejection block, but so now if I would be stopped out, I would be okay with it because I've got so many things lining up. Like, okay, we've got a retest of a very important time, which is the first percent fair value gap of the PM session. 1:30. This is the 1:30. This is the one of the 6 o'clock to open. So we're already indicating that we are ready to go down. We retested midnight twice. So okay, maybe it's going to leave this one for later, or it's just going to blast through it again. Everything is possible, but I think things are looking good now for a continuation of the short. Sometimes what happens as well that if I bring my stop loss down, I get stopped out because I do it too fast. That could be now one of the things that could happen. because it's just going to go up a little bit and just, so it really has to be above this. I'm just going to make sure, because I don't want to be stopped out. I'm just going to put it above the wick, just above. It's still a good trading. Just want to make, because if it validates this wick, we're not going to go down anymore, because then it's just, then this doesn't function as a rejection block. I want this one. This needs to be the line in the sand, and obviously it needs to go further down than this one. So now we're going to bounce probably between two probable rejection blocks, and it's going to disrespect one of them, either this one or that one. Let me go to the 5 minute. Who's short biased? Who's long biased for this trade? Okay, I like to see that. Now I like this. This is good. So if this trade would work out, I would be in, I would make back all my paper losses and be in good profit as well, because this makes up for all the losses and gives some extra as well. But it's just sometimes you have to accept as a trader, you just don't feel it, or you just off, and it happens. It just happens. And this channel is also about being brutally honest and holding myself accountable, just sharing the good and the bad. Yeah. So I made the video yesterday that I made was about overtrading and the trap that how the brain actually works when you overtrade. Because even though you have what really intrigued me was that at some point I'm like, okay, I've got enough technical knowledge, but then again, sometimes you fall and sometimes you keep your discipline and you keep by your rules. You get your evaluation, then you make your payouts, and then sometimes you get into a period that you look at that. You get into a period that you start losing your evaluations and you start YOLOing a little bit more, and then you also lose your funded accounts. And it's so intriguing to me, and because also I hear other people that I know that are very good traders, very skilled, like they have the same issues. Really okay, now what is it? I mean, it's obvious that there's more to it than only technical skills, right? So I made a video on that yesterday, like the function of the brain. And it's actually, we all know it, and we've heard it so many times already. We know what to do. We know you have to walk away. You have to close it till you have your. I've got coffee, but I ran out of milk, so I don't have any milk, Ellen. So it's sort of annoying, but I just wanted more coffee. But I should make tea actually. So yeah, it's all these things we already know. And this is actually changing the state of delivery, so actually it's probably going to go up, right? So there's such easy things that you can do, right? If you feel like, oh, I've got a loss, but actually you need to, and then I already forgot about that one, even though I'm on the stream, but actually if you have a loss, and even though it's a paper trade loss, you should journal it straight away, because why? Your brain doesn't like an open loop. And if you have a losing trade, your amygdala tells your brain to fix it, right? Okay, it's a loss, and a loss is considered like a threat, like we're in the old days when we were, when you get chased by a predator, it's like a threat. So it's the same function we have. But if you journal your trade, you straight away, it closes that loop so then it doesn't need that extra trade to solve the issue. Like the journaling, helps to just close that loop in your brain. So if you have a losing trade and you're trading your life, just learn, just teach yourself, okay, you know what, I'm just going to journal it straight away. I'm not going to look at the chart, I'm going to journal it. And yeah, you might lose another trade, but it really helps you to, because I don't know if you guys have experienced that as well. The moment you get in after a losing trade, 9 out of 10 times it's another losing trade, right? Or you're just not your cortisol levels are very high still. Look, it's already going back up. I think the time is not yet there for a trade down, but let's see how it's going to react at this 50% area. Let's see. So yeah, get a coffee, walk away, and there's also people that time if they are sitting like for a certain amount of time behind the chart, the alarm goes off and they're like, okay, I've been here now 2 hours. I'm not in a trade. I'm just gonna go for a walk now, and I don't care what happens with the market. So walking, moving around just lowers your cortisol levels, and they just stay very positive on the day. And yeah, they might lose a trade, but they don't care because it's just they're very strict in their rules, and I like that one. So yeah, so I might be stopped out again, guys. So that's okay. I'm not going to journal now because I'm on stream, but I do want to highlight it because I actually made a video on it, and then I think it's important to do that if you're doing your funded and live trades, to just get a habit of that. So it's about breathing techniques. You have to trick that brain. It's about getting your brain back into to the normal state. I know the trade is going to go there, but it's not now. I'm going to be stopped out most likely. It's okay. Mm. Yeah, it's tea without milk. So I do. I'm really going for the caffeine now. So that means I'm just sort of like need the extra boost to get to get back on track. Anyway, what are you drinking, Alan? Are you a tea or coffee guy? I just really started to like coffee. I mean, I always used to drink it. There's a spider on my screen, a very small one. What are you doing there, spider? You need to go. Let me get you out of here. Are you going? Come on. Oh, it's a very cute little one. Very cute. So now this block has been obviously been is like so now we're in the middle, right? So you have two large wicks. It always helps when you look at the 5 minute then, like okay, now the 4 and the 10 o'clock, they really work in conjunction with each other. Um, Now you don't want to see that it's going back to this price and then going back down and then it needs to go again below the 4 o'clock. That is something that will be really then it will go out most likely to get another high, but I just doesn't seem just seems too unlikely, right? It's just but look, this annoys me again because we're the only thing that we're doing constantly is we're creating almost equal highs all the time at the top. Yes, it took out liquidity, but why was I confused and not so? Okay, there was SMT, right? So um, this would have been enough with the SMT, but I was looking at these highs here, and I was just seeing, okay, yes, it took it out, but it's just a minor, it's just a minor sweep on the 4 hour. So this confused me a bit. So that's why I thought, okay, we're gonna get a low, if we're gonna go lower. Um, it could be a minor little thing. Now this is a minor drop considering if you look at the higher time frame, and it doesn't have to go into this area. to go back up and take this one. So that's why I'm a little bit conflicted, because it's just, I see all these little things that just constantly now make me doubt that, oh, it's equal. It's not, it's just, we're just going to get a small retracement. So I'm just going to wait for the other move up again. And then, so these things are really like, I mean, since Friday, um, you start the moment you start seeing regular things, then they always change things up, obviously, and they it's created to confuse us, and sometimes it really does, and you just see things and you keep on getting confused, or you just are like you get little not it's vigilant and but just mm. But hey, it's the third week of this is my best week, so I guess it's just a Monday thing. So these are the week that I get my large distribution moves. So we'll see. I'm going to be stopped out again on this one. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Yeah, I'm stopped out. Okay. See, also, if you're, I'm still bullish, right? I'm very honest about that. So when I start getting bearish, when I'm still bullish, it never works. Or it does sometimes. I shouldn't say that, but yeah, it's gonna see. I already mentioned that these two are actually too equal to just leave them. Jason said, "Delivery retest." What time was this one? 4:40. It's out of macro, so but let's see. Let's see what the macro does. You've got the 4:50 macro coming. It would be nice if it would take this one out and then go back down, right? So what's this? Ah, 520. Yeah, yeah. Are we really going? We're going back up. Are we really going back up? Is that what I'm seeing? Are you gonna take out the high again? Yeah. Um, this is what I like to see. A down close candle at 450. Um, it's not done yet going up there. I'm really, really good. Is anyone bearish right now in the chat? Let's Let's see, do we have S&T? It's not S&T. S&T. Yeah, there was such a beautiful S&T with ES at 330 exactly. And then that move down was already, set in motion. That was really such an important cue not to have missed. Um, 330 and try to close it. Yeah, that was just a beautiful move to. I mean, that was just. But now let's see. Do we have anything else? S&T. Okay, so it's 452. ES took out 415 candle. Is NQ following? Are we going to continue our move down now? Okay, so there is S&T on ES on the 15 minute. So I'm looking at the 15 September, the 415 candle. So ES took it out. Let's just watch ES. What's doing? What's going to do? Now it's not a 4. The other one, the other SMT was a higher time frame, the 330, obviously. So that was. So we're going down. So it looks like we're going down on yes. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now maybe the short is going to be valid. Let's see. We have still have that level. It's SMT with ES. So ES took out, let's say, on the lower time frame, it's about this area, right? And Q did not. So and Q is just creating, oh, let's say it's almost trend line liquidity, high, lower. So we're in a macro. But is it valid at S&T or and Q could still, make a move up and take it out during this macro. So that's the only thing that I am. Now we have a bearish fair value gap as well. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's going to go down. It needs to go out of this area because this is like it's bouncing around between these two. I don't like that. Or short. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's just consolidating here. But SMT again. Shouldn't get me for the second time. That would suck. Oh, gosh. Level 410. I'm going to get in this short again, guys. I'm just, it's paper trade. It's again, I'm going to take this level here. Could be too early again, but we'll see. Where am I? Hey, what happened? Oh, I didn't take see, I need more coffee. Yeah, TP. Come on, you're going into here. I would never do this on my live account when I have such a, you know, yeah. I want to go to the 5 minutes, see if I have a BPR or something. Something I can frame my. Now, what will I consider a? I don't want to go over certain levels. 3. I consider this a change in the state of delivery. So wick, I like that. I like this wick for a short because it means it retested this area. We have this. Yeah, so this is my stop here, right over here, right above it. This will invalidate my trade. Okay, 34 ticks to make 190. Okay, just drop. Okay, here we go. Going back to the 1 minute because I just want to see how the candles are printing. We've got equal lows here. I could still just take out these lows and use this as a rejection block. But then again, it's already has been working its way. So my logic would be if it would go down and take this out, it most likely it's high probable. It's not certain. But then it will be done. This would not have another function as a rejection block. But it needs to go down, obviously. So again, we still have a little variability. It's in consolidation here, so actually you don't even want to be in this trade, right? Um, we want to see a manipulation move either to the upside or to the downside before taking the trade. 5 o'clock. Now, we always have to be vigilant also about macros. It can use one part of the macro for a down. If it's like in consolidation, like this time, what can happen is that it could take the first part of a macro to use it to the downside, and then the second part of the macro, if it's not really going anywhere, it just uses it maybe now to the upside and maybe take out a high, for example, here. It could do that. But it could be a continuation. But you start recognizing things already. Even you don't have to wait until it takes out your stop. For example, you say, oh, okay, we've got like the macro is not really, it's not continuing. There's no continuation because at some point we want to see like a larger distribution candle. Like I like to see that, but I don't like that it wakes up. But I like to see this one go really like a little bit lower, like go past this little one. Oh, this price action. Yeah. So there is news today at 8:30. We have the Empire States Manufacturing Index. It's a orange folder news, but I do believe we can have a good. It does give. It can give some volatility. We like that. We like the 8:30 news candle. We like it. Okay, come on now. We just do something because I just. We should be enjoying the day, guys. I mean, I don't know if you are in what time zone you're in, but I'm in South Africa, so that means it's morning here still. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm definitely, when we're done here, we're gonna wait 1 or 2 macros, and then I'm gonna go to the beach and just get some, touch some grass, just enjoy the nature a little bit, and then hopefully the AMPN session. I'm really looking forward to this week, although I'm sucks what I'm doing right now, but I'm looking forward because it's the third week of the month. We've got the I think we've got also FOMC right this week. It's going to be very interesting this week. Are we going to get rate cuts or not? Looks like it. What does that mean for the market? Because if we do get a cut, it's going to be very interesting. Also for the crypto. I don't know if you guys are on crypto as well. Yeah, if they are going to lower the rates, even though with a quarter point, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be very positive for the market. So we might get some volatility. But then again, we have to be vigilant as well because we are in contract change, which also can be sometimes a little bit challenging. You have to keep in mind that we have to check the volume of the monthly contract. The moment it's higher on the next month in December, we need to change. Yeah, the only thing is that because some people change sooner and later than on the one contract, that's why you get like, it takes out liquidity from one contract to the other. So just have to be mindful. But it does impact the order flow a little bit. So okay, now just make them just be violent to the downside, just to do something. So this is my area of interest here. Right over here, around the 10 o'clock volume imbalance on the 4 hour. TGIF zone on Friday still. And like ICT has taught us, if you have a gap, if you want to read the whole fair value gap, you have to include the gap. And my 10 o'clock is also in this gap. So volume imbalance, TGIF zone. So even though it's going to work itself in this fair value gap, the fair value gap is still valid, even though there's a wick here. So that's my logic. um, but then again, you can have logic and you can have analysis, but your timing can be off, right? So it doesn't mean anything if you are not timing your trades properly. You get in too early, so you take losses, you take L's, and then it goes there at some point, but it doesn't have any value if you can't time it correctly. So yeah, so sometimes analysis and executions are two different worlds. You can be very good at one, but you can suck at the other because either you're late or your execution, you're just not reading it properly. Instead, like higher time frame, you can read it properly, but on the lower time frame, there's so much more happening that you can miss. Like I missed the S&T, for example, on that one move at 130, even though we had, it was but this distracted me because I was like, oh, it's just to equal, it's going to go make another leg up. But if I would knew about the S&T, I would like, okay, now this is definitely going to retrace. But it's just a retracement, right? It's not really a reversal. So I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish on the higher time frame. But how far are we going to retrace? This is a 4 hour candle. Oh, this is interesting. While I'm saying it, it could be if you look at this candle, right? Like, what if we just have more consolidation and the 4 hour candle from 2 to 6? So it could be very probable that it's not going to take this level out in the 6 o'clock in this candle. if it's going to take it out at all. So just thinking, could we get another a 4 hour candle? That one is going to go into this range before it goes either back up or maybe it goes even lower. That's my thought process right now, but I would love to see it happen in this candle. We have only 4 more minutes to go in this macro. It is just 40 points, right? Almost 42 points. It's hanging around now in this fair value gap, so it's just is it going to do it in this macro? Well, let's see. Or are we going to do it at 520? Yeah. It does look bearish, right? If you look at the 1 minute. Just going to take it so it's time. That's okay, NQ. We know what you're doing. We'll let you just do it. We're just bystanders, and we still love you. I still love you. Okay. Okay. Um, it's too late. So price action is a little bit how can we call it? Yeah, there has been really one good move, and that was this move, right? That 4 a.m. move. So, but it was this 330 S&T was already pretty clear, and then it just futzed around. It's preparing itself for this move. Um, but let's see if we get one more move to the downside. I want to see that move, and then I really think it will go. Well, I'm not sure, but I think it's high probable that it will go there and down there, and then we have to reassess for the rest of the day what it's going to do. It's Monday, so we always need to think about it might be an inside day from Friday, right? Because we had a lot of price action Friday. And then we just use the NWOGs. Let me just see where all the NWOGs are and the event horizon, because event horizon is here. And this is the NWOG of today. So we have to be prepared that today could be an inside day. into Friday. We did take out a high, obviously, but then that could be it for today. So just have to be careful. Yeah, we went up and up and up, so we don't have just have this level here. So it's 955 and this level here. So it could be that it's going to futz around in this area, but we'll see. We just have to wait and see. It's going to stay in my trade. I just want to see. Mm. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I think I'm gonna wait until 5:20 and see what it does. I've been in it now so long, so now I'm just gonna stick to it. I'm just not gonna let anything. Yeah, still looks bearish, right? But we'll see. We just have to wait and see. We're stuck in consolidation. Now that's if if you see that already happening, you should even it's so important actually to already recognize that and just not even enter, right? And just try to avoid these areas and just not really even be trading, I guess. And that's the thing. Once you're in a trade, even though it's like I said, I try to treat it as the same. Um, yeah, you just actually should avoid these areas. Oh, okay. Just in a few. After this is done, I'm just gonna I'm gonna go to touch some grass, have a nice breakfast, or actually it's lunch almost here, and then go to the beach. Let's go, 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 get it over with. 520. I think it's, if it's gonna happen, it should go in 520 move. So we went from external, we're going from external to internal liquidity, right? So, but technically the confusing part is if you look at the 4 hour, we're already in internal liquidity. But it's more like how deep are we going into this liquidity level in order for us to go back up and to grab more liquidity or create more, or are we done with the move up? I don't, I'm still bullish on the higher time frame because it's sort of like it's such a small move, but it's actually quite significant because it didn't take it out on Friday, right? So, and then with the S&T, I don't think we're done yet with this move to the downside, but it could be enough. So that's why I'm in this trade, but let me calculate on the 4 hours. I want to see on the 4 hour where we are. Let's see if we take this range here. But what if we take the whole range? Well, if this would be the whole range, right, from here to here, and right, this is the OTE zone that I have as my target. It's my, it's my model. The timing might be off. Oh. That is so weird when that happens, right? It's something like you're not eating anything and you're not drinking and something gets into your throat. I mean, what is that? Why does that happen? Weird. Okay, 19. I like to see upload from when we're going down. I would like to see a little bit of a move up on 519 and 520 Eastern. Let's see. So I don't mind that around this time when I'm in a bearish trade. I do not mind this. So why am I getting more? I'm sort of like getting more confidence in the trade because if you look at this one, right, you have like price action has been rejecting from this rejection block as its function. But when you see price going down so far away, yes, it could go back up and just in this wick and then. But if you see this, it's a high probability that at some point it exhausts this area of being a rejection block. So now what I don't like to see if it wicks into this wick, but our body went down. So I would like to see like a large candle now going through this area. Let's see if 520 gives that one, gives that wick, that move. It just keeps on wicking, right? Oh, it's only 40 points though. Oh, but those are the worst. Every time when I say, oh, it's only 40 points, oh, I said in a trade one time, 1.5 hours just for 40 points. Crazy stuff. I don't like that. But anyway, I like being online and just going over analysis and just, being wrong as well. I don't like that, but it's part of trading. So a couple of L's, not reading, missing the S&T on the top, just some other little things that I just missed. So I wasn't in that trade. That was a beautiful trade. And it was annoying. But anyway, you learn from the things that you don't do well, right? That's where you learn. Well, that's where your growth is as a trader. It's not from your winning trades anymore. It's exactly from your losing trades. So also, if people share things and that they do well, but actually, if people share what they didn't do well, that there's so much more information in that. So you don't see a lot of good traders share their bad trades. They journal it, but they don't really share it. What they could have done better, or what they overlooked, because that's where all the valuable information is. What did I do wrong? How can I do better? What did I miss? Now, what I something that I also struggle with, or not struggle with, but I notice that when I get it's not a negative thing being stopped out in profit, but it's like moving your TP, your stop loss too fast. So instead of like getting the full amount of ticks because you are willing to take a little bit of a bigger loss, if it doesn't go your way, makes me more profitable than moving my stop loss too fast, because then I still get, like for example, if I would have moved it already into TP and it might not go there, right? It might stop me out for maybe 10 ticks if I move it not. So I'm also really working on moving my stop loss a little bit later, but it comes with confidence in a trade and your setup, right? Um, but yeah, it sort of sucks when even though when you get stopped out of profit and it still goes, and then you missed out on 40% of the move. Now it's 5:24. Um, what time is it? Choo, 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 choo. Oh, come on, NQ. Just get it open, done with. Now, you see what I mean? This wick is just no. But once it's going below this wick, so what you see now, what is this is telling me, if I look at this price action, we are going down, but we're just moving up and down, and using these rejections of this is temporary rejections just to go up. But I don't think it has any intention to really go up very fast. Just get me out of my suffering. Oh, come on now. Choo 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 choo. Come on, go down. Come on, Nikki, just go down. Please, get me out of my suffering. I'm stuck in consolidation. I am stuck in consolidation. Got me stuck in consolidation. I'm gonna get myself some bread. I'll leave my screen on it because I might go on a little drawdown now, but I just don't hope it's gonna take me out of this level. Yeah, just get this. All right. Okay. Still not good. Still not in the red. Okay. Hmm. Getting tricky, huh? Choo 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 choo. So we've got equal. So you don't want to be in this. I'm gonna leave it. I just want to enjoy the day. Well, are they gonna stop me out, or is just gonna go to my GP? It needs to go at some point, right? Let's see if I can time it tomorrow. Oh, it's not. Okay. Most likely it's gonna go up to this level, then go up. I think I want to leave it at here. I'm just done. Yeah, I just want to go enjoy the day. But most likely it's gonna consolidate for another while here, and then take it out at a later time. So I'm gonna leave it at here. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you guys later because I think I'm gonna get a good week though. But right now usually just I don't want to sit with my time in consolidation. So thank you, and we'll see each other later. Ciao, ciao. Enjoy your day if you can. Touch some grass. Bye bye.